Hello, everybody, and happy Saturday. Welcome to this week's live stream. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. We have an unexpected guest in today's live stream, which is a fly. Normally not a huge issue, I'd get over that, but both cats are in the room and the dog. And so throughout today's live stream, you'll be entertained by Leo at the window, furiously chasing the fly. Will he succeed? You'll have to wait to the end to find out. Usually he does, to be fair, but I did try my best to get rid of it, and then, no, here we are. Also, I feel other mistakes have been made. This morning when I put this jumper on, it was actually quite chilly here in the UK, a little bit drizzly. Now it's one of the hottest days of the year, and probably should have changed, but anyway, we're gonna plow through. For those of you that are, let's do the usual housekeeping. For those of you that are new, welcome. Sorry, I've got a cat hair already. That's not a good time. For those of you that are new, welcome. We do these live streams every single Saturday, 6 p.m. UK time, which is 1 p.m. East Coast time, which is 10 a.m. West Coast time, 7 p.m. European time, and 5 a.m. if you're watching from Australia or New Zealand. So for everyone that is watching, sending you lots and lots of love. And if you're a first-time watcher, don't forget to let us know where you're tuning in from. Give us some info about you in the chat. We would love to welcome you. So for these live streams, there are not many rules. We're not a rules-heavy crowd. I go through all of, you can ask anything, and I go through all the comments and questions in the order that they arrive. So there's no need to ask a question more than once. I'll get to them as soon as I can. I just think that's the best way of letting everybody have the chance to have their comment answered before I move on to the next one. Like I say, there's no charge. I know some content creators charge for live streams and things. We don't do that here. Everyone's free to ask whatever they would like, and I'll get to you as soon as possible. I always like to give a big shout out to Tom, who is our sheriff and chief in town. Big hello to Tom. I couldn't do this without him. Every single live stream, he helps moderate. Generally, people are very well behaved. We have the odd troll. And actually, here in Mad About Skin, even our trolls are quite nice, to be fair. We don't mind them. But Tom's there to stamp out any other ones that kind of want to ruin everyone's fun. So we're there to say a big thank you to Tom for, like I say, being the sheriff and chief in town, as always. So I'm going to go through all of these comments in the order to come in. But first off, we're going to kick off with some hellos. So big hello to Amy, to Nancy, to Healthy, to Rita, Jill, we've got Eloise, we've got Stephanie Fristenberg, great to see you all. Suzanne, wonderful to have you. We've got Shannon, we've got Scott, great to see you both. We've got Marion, Sweet Tea, sending you lots and lots of love. And we've got Hells. Oh, Hells, great to see you. Great to see you. So many people. We've got some new faces, new names, and what we call the old crew, the vintage crowd, whatever you want to call them too. So I'm going to... Excuse this cough, by the way. So first, let's start by saying a big Happy Canada Day to anyone in Canada or across the Canadians across the world that are celebrating. A big Happy Canada Day to you. We are celebrating Canada Day here in the UK by getting the Canadian wildfire smog, finally hitting us about 5 days after it was in Canada, and our air quality pretty poor. So if you hear me like coughing and spluttering, don't worry, not contagious, just a bit of asthma. We're working through it. So, first off, we've got Amy. Pauline, I missed you out, sending you lots and lots of love. And yeah, thank you so much for joining. Amy says, happy Saturday, Rob, Tom, and Mad Family. Sending you lots and lots of love, Amy. Tom says, happy Canada Day to everyone. Yeah, big happy Canada Day to all the Canadians out there. Hello, Marcel. Are you going to come and say happy Canada Day to everyone? He's thinking about it. The cat's thinking about it. Before I get into some more comments, I meant to say what was the exciting news for my week this week. So unfortunately, midweek, I kind of came down with the flu, the cold, not great, but we plowed through that. Luckily, it only lasted like 3 days, which was a miracle. So 3 days of feeling sorry for myself, bit of man flu, we moved on. But then on Friday, very excitingly, had our branding workshop. So we're rebranding all of the Mad About Skin products. Don't worry, the products themselves aren't changing. So we'll just put that out there. The products themselves aren't changing, but the branding and everything is changing around it. And that's to make sure that they're compatible with physical stores, because we've got a lot of physical stores, big retailers interested, but we need to tweak the packaging to make sure it fits the aesthetic and the needs of bigger stores, which is great. But also to incorporate, I think more importantly, to incorporate some of the feedback that you guys have given. So we kind of worked through everything and we workshopped everything. We were there all day and it was so much fun. And we kind of decided on everything, which is great. And there are some things that are changing, and there's some things that are changing for the best, I think. So other than we're going to introduce a little bit more colour to the line, things like that, all very excited about that, just to make the products pop and stand out on the shelves. But I think the things that people really care about, things that really matter, moving to a pump on our moisturiser, which I think will be good. Finally introducing the larger size moisturiser that everyone's been asking for, which I know will go down really well. Permanent pump as a permanent fixture on some redesigned packaging on the serum, just making it more user-friendly and easy to use. We're going to be making sure that, you know, in terms of the look of the products, follow through, all of it. It's just going to be like, well, like taking it to like the next level. I said when I mentioned this last time, a couple of things that I know where people always like go when any like brand does a redesign. First of all, products aren't changing, so no products are changing. Do not panic about that. Second of all, the packaging is changing. That's for the better, I think, based on your guys' feedback and what you're looking for. And third of all, the prices aren't going up as a result of the rebrand. So hopefully that will allay some people's fears when they hear that. I think it's going to be, so support. I was so pleased when I was talking to the team that are doing it. And I was like, you know what, they just got it, and it was so exciting, and yeah, great. It just makes me really happy that to have someone else that kind of they got it, and it just worked really well, and I'm sure you guys are loving it. You know, I don't think you could always please everybody when it comes to a redesign, you can't, but you know, taking on the feedback that you guys have given, I think hopefully we'll be able to kick the packaging up to the next level, and I'm very excited about that. And of course, in doing all of that, we are going to be able to introduce we're going to be able to minimize the total amount of packaging as well. A lot of things, I always strive to be like as environmentally friendly and conscious as we can be. I don't like it when brands it all seems really fake. Plant a tree, do this, no, all fake. We actually kind of I think brands should be doing things that actually make a meaningful difference, you know, in the work that they do. So we kind of tested ourselves by reducing the total amount of packaging in all the products by 15%. So that way we can take away 15% of plastic, packaging, cardboard, all that, to just remove it, and therefore make a difference in the thing, and we're on track to achieve that. So that again makes me really happy that we can, you know, do all the things that we want to do and also make an impact at the same time, which is great. So yeah, so that was my news for Friday. It was so good. Also, they provided the best ham and tomato sandwich I've ever had. I know little things please little I don't know. I was eating that when lunch came out, I had that sandwich. I was like, there's something game changing about this. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm telling you that, but you know. So back onto the couple of questions. Nancy says, hi Rob, can I use the Mad About Skin antioxidant after the Bubble Daydream serum? You can. Actually, that's a beautiful combination, because you're getting, I think the only thing that the bubble serum lacks, it's kind of like a one and done. The only thing it really lacks is a good blend of antioxidants. So actually they pair beautifully well together. So Nancy, yes, you can. Go ahead. I think it's a great combo. Healthy Me says, hi from India. You're too good. Oh, thank you. And sending lots of love to India. Please recommend me some skin whitening products other than vitamin C and kojic acid. So when it comes to brightening the skin, you know, we have a lot of different terminology that we use. Like here, tends in the West, people tend not to use the term skin whitening. We would tend to use this word term skin brightening, or fading hyperpigmentation, just a more even skin tone, which is what I assume is what you're looking for. And I think vitamin C and kojic acid are the two best, if I'm honest. I think they're two best, but I do also think that incorporating gram-active retinoid can be a really good option. You can now get the ordinary in India, so the ordinary gram-active retinoid emulsion will be a great option to add in. Really quite gentle, but will over time just even out the skin tone, and I think give a more even complexion, which is what I think you're after. And tranexamic acid is also really good. So tranexamic acid fights hyperpigmentation and also tackles hyperpigmentation that's there. So it's got that double benefit. So yeah, vitamin C and kojic acid, you said you don't personally you've already got, I'm not sure, but those two are great. I would then add gram-active retinoid, and I would add tranexamic acid into it. In terms of tranexamic acid that's easy to get hold of in India, I'm not sure what brands are available, but tranexamic acid is pretty accessible. You should be able to find a store-owned brand that does that. So yeah, those are my recommendations. But thank you so much for joining. Lovely to speak to you. Rita, great to see you, my love. Jill says, hi, cutie pie. Thanks, same to you, my love. Says I came in late. Have a great day. Same to you, Jill. Sending you lots and lots of love. Eloise says, evening everyone, sending lots of love. It's my birthday this week and trying to justify treating myself even though I have a massive stash of skincare. Oh, Eloise, it's your birthday. There is always a treat in store when it's your birthday. Or persuade somebody else to treat you, and that way it's fine, isn't it? If someone else buys it, you know. That's how I justify it. Stephanie says, happy Saturday, happy Canada Day. Stephanie, great to see you, my love. How are you? Stephanie, for those of you that, Stephanie, long-time viewer of the channel and long-time friend of the channel too. For those of you that don't know, Stephanie is the reason for my bubble addiction. So back before Bubble as a brand was written, now they're quite hip, they're trendy, you can get them all over the place, everyone wants a slice of Bubble, they're all over TikTok. But I'm going to say 2 years ago, when they were a bit of an indie brand, up and coming, Stephanie actually sent me their Daydream serum, tried it, fell in love, and that was the only product I bought for quite a while from them, and then I expanded and tried so many of their other stuff. Stephanie, definitely responsible for my love of all things bubble skincare. But you heard it here first. Stephanie was on it before I was. I was on it before TikTok. We've all been on it. If you've watched this channel for some time, we were all on it before it became cool, which means we're trendsetters. Fristenberg says, hi everyone, hope you've been having an amazing weekend. I'm going to Legoland tomorrow and I'm really excited. Fristenberg, that's exciting. First of all, I'm assuming it's the Legoland where you are. I am assuming there's more than one. If you're in Legoland, which is the one near me, I'm a bit doubly excited, but I'm assuming it's your local one. But Legoland, I'm a huge Lego fan. I love it. Tom says, happy birthday this week, Eloise. Yeah, happy birthday, Eloise. Get celebrating. Get treating yourself. Suzanne says, hello, everyone. Wishing our beautiful Mad About Skin family all the best. Same to you, Suzanne. You, Damien, and Jan. Hope you're all having a gorgeous weekend. I don't know what the weather's doing with you guys, but it is so warm here. Like, so warm. This morning when I was walking the dog, it was a bit, not the best. And then all of a sudden, it was just, like, so hot. And somebody didn't change out of their jumper. Shut up. There we are. Just sorry for that pause. Lost where I was. Shannon says, hello there. It's my first time actually made it to the live stream. Welcome, Shannon. Welcome. We are so glad to have you. Happy Saturday and greetings from Mosquitoland, Michigan, UK, US. Oh, no, I can't do mosquitoes. They see me like a Big Mac. The second, and they wait. They wait in ambush. I go somewhere on holiday, and I even put the bug repellent on, which, by the way, I'm sure is not good for you. I'm sure it's not good for you, but I don't want to get bitten. So I put it on, smell like the worst thing in the world putting it on, and I dare to peel off my t-shirt, and then they descend. I think they think, like, there's a Big Mac attack. And honestly, like, not good. Not good. Scott, great to see you, my love. Hope all is amazing with you. It reminds me, so Scott has I think the distinction of being the person that sold out the Mad About Skin sunscreen. So he got the last units of the sunscreen last week before it sold out, which reminds me, having said hello to Scott, that if you are waiting for the Mad About Skin sunscreen to restock, don't worry, it's coming. We are hoping that the lab is going to ship it tomorrow, Monday or Tuesday, and then it should be with us for hopefully a restock by the end of the week, early next week. So it's on its way. So if you do want to get your hands on the sunscreen, you want to top up, if you want to do any of that good stuff, if you've got anything that needs to be that you want to get your hands on in terms of the sunscreen, just send us an email at www.madaboutskincare.com and we will add you to the list of the people that get to know first, because we're having a bit of a limited restock. Full restock August 1st, a bit of a limited restock, and so in the meantime, if you did want to be the first to know, let me know, and I'll make sure you email before anybody else finds out so that it's there. Amy says, Rob, I forgot to recommend Merit and May Calendula Peptide Mask, but I got it, love it. Oh no, you forgot who did recommend that? I've got mine on order. It's not come yet. I think it's coming probably next week if I'm lucky. Mary and May Calendula Peptide Mask. Oh, who was it that recommended it? It was, I did some research and everyone was like, yeah, this is amazing. It's amazing. And I was like, okay, now I'm really missing out. So I do have it on order and I think it's going to be coming next week. So we'll see. Love it. Beautiful light scent, such a nice feel on the skin. Yeah. So Amy, all you've really achieved there has made me even more jealous and even more impatient to try it. I love it. And I actually mentioned it to my gran and she's like the #1 advocate of calendula. She, the second she, comes in drunk, bashes a ham, puts a little calendar on, don't get a bruise on. I was like, oh, great to know. So, you know, definitely recommend for the drunken OAPs out there. So after I told her, I was like, yes, okay, I am definitely keen to give that a try. So yes, very much looking forward to mine coming. Watch this space for a review. Fristerberg says, Rob, do you know the percentage of salicylic acid in the Q&A body lotion and the body wash? I do know the Q&A body lotion. I didn't ask about the wash because honestly, I'm not actually bothered about a percentage in a body wash. It's the fact it's there kind of does I'm less bothered. On a leave-on treatment, I think it's more important to know the percentages. Just my opinion. I'm sure if you reached out, they'd tell you, because when I asked about the body lotion, they told me that it was 1.75%, which is a really good percentage in a body lotion, like really good. You've got to bear in mind that you probably don't put enough on. We don't put enough in terms of lotions on, particularly in summer, so you're probably getting a dose of around 1%, 1.25%, something like that with it, and by the time you put the amount on. But really good. I am huge fan, and I think the percentage is really good. I will ask them first about. I'll ask them about the body wash. I didn't think to ask because I love it and I use it and I get great results, but I will ask them about that and let's find out. Tom says, Scott, did you how is your zombie mask? Yes, Scott, dish the dirt. So Skin 1004, which is my favorite Korean skincare brand, do some beautiful, like really tasteful, elegant products. They do some really nice, like they do a nice sunscreen, a really nice like Korean moisturizer, and then they randomly do this collection of zombie like freeze dried face mask things. Really weird. Completely, definitely out of like kilter with the rest of their products, which is why I've never tried them. Then got the interest of Scott and he tried one. So we're quite keen to know what it does. So Scott says it's weird, kind of fun. Not sure it's doing much, but I'll definitely use it all. Next on the list, the Mommy Pack. Okay, there is a place in skincare for something that's a bit of fun, a bit gimmicky, a bit fun. Even if you're not quite sure it's actually doing anything, it's fun, and if you enjoy using it, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I have actually, through my fear of missing out, popped on order the zombie mask thing from Skin 1004, and we're going to try it. We'll do a live demo. It's probably not going to come for the next couple of weeks, but I'll do a live demo on either on here or on a shorts video. But yeah, we'll do a live demo and we'll see exactly what we think of it. But yeah, watch this space. Sweet Tea sending you lots and lots of love to Florida. I don't know who's hotter, the UK or Florida, but I'm sending love all the same. Marion said finally got here on time. Happy hot Saturday. Oh my god, my face literally melted off yesterday when I got in my car. Any suggestions on skincare for this heat? Yes. So first thing, hot skincare, everything in the fridge. Doesn't matter. You can put everything. Basically, you can put everything in the fridge. Don't worry too much about it. You can put everything in the fridge, and it's cooling, and it works really well. Sunscreens are probably the sunscreens. Some people say you can, some people say you can't. So maybe keep the sunscreen out of the fridge, but you can keep everything else in the fridge, and when you apply it, it'll just be instantly cooling. Also, don't be afraid to have a spray that's in. If it's really hot, like really hot, I get a little like ice pack, like ice pack like sleeve sort of thing that you freeze, and I put like a toner in it. Put it in my bag if I'm going to the beach or whatever. Then when I'm too hot, I just spritz. You can actually get like the Aven water that's just water. Put an ice pack around it. It's ice cold and you just spritz it and it is just so good. Refreshes everything. Get just plain water. A lot of people say, oh, you're paying for water in a can. Yeah, but it's got a purpose in this. So I would definitely recommend that. So good. Also, when you get in your car, you know when it's so hot in your car, it's like, oh my god, this is too much. If you can't like leave the AC running for like a minute before you get in, some people can, some people can't, then what I would do is again get one of those like Aven sprays, get it really cold, and then just spray it in the car, just light dusting. Then when you get in, it just really takes the edge off the heat. I always recommend that. Top tip, heard it here first. Not a car expert though. Christopher says, Scott, wasn't there a witch one? Yes, there's a witch one, a mummy one, a zombie one. It's really weird because none of it is in keeping with the gorgeous aesthetic of the rest of their packaging. I don't know what Skin 1004 are doing, but still, you're doing something right because we're all talking about it. So, Christopher, if you try the witch one, let me know. Suzanne says, sadly the parcel isn't here, but we got a message that something has to be paid at customs, so it might be it. Now, Suzanne, I had a suspicion that might be happening because they asked for some information from us and some pre-clear stuff. So if it is, just let me know, and I can sort the money out, because they got in touch about something. So if it is, go pick it up, pay the customs thing, and let me know, and I can sort that out for you. So don't worry about that, but hopefully it is it, and I cannot wait. Jan says, howdy folks, how y'all doing on this fine Saturday? Hot and sweaty would just about cover it, Jan, I think. How are you though, dear? How are you? Hopefully a bit more chill and cool than I am. Hell says, it's really heating up over here. My face is so shiny, I glow in the dark. I mean, it's a skill. Go so hot that you glow in the dark. I love that. So, let's see. Scott says, Rob, what's the difference between alpha and beta ibuprofen? Any difference? Yes, there are differences. And most brands will use alpha ibuprofen, which is a precursor to hydroquinone. Just works better, tends to be quicker. A lot of Korean skincare brands in particular will use beta arbutin, which is generally a lot less sensitizing, so a bit more gentle. You can use the two together, and some people say that doubles down on the results. Personally, I've only ever gone with alpha arbutin. I think it just works better, and my skin isn't sensitive. The level of sensitivity is the big difference. If you're using alpha arbutin and you have no issues, stick with it. I think it'll work better. Some people prefer beta arbutin. Ultimately, you're going to get the same results in the end. I think just one works quicker than the other, but you'll get the same results in the end. So I would probably stick with alpha arbutin, just from personal preference. But that is actually quite a good question, because I don't think people realize there's lots of different types. Sometimes brands will just call it arbutin as well, so you don't really know which one you're getting. Very confusing. Suzanne said, the family over here is doing great. Our boy is really plumping out and ready to dress up like a Christmas ham. Oh, I want... No, Suzanne, we don't want one Christmas outfit. I want, like, the 12 days of Christmas, different jumper every day. There is no way, with how amazingly Christmassy you and Jan is, that your son will be anything other than Christmas obsessed. So I think we need to start preparing his outfits now. I think we need to start getting ourselves together and having, like, the 12 days of Christmas Damien edition. I would love that. I would love it so much. Jan says, got a letter for Friday. It's waiting for me at work. Hopefully it really is mad about skin order. Oh, it better be. Jan, it honestly better be. I've had more correspondence with customs in your country than I think anybody else on planet Earth has had. And it's good. I mean, they've been nothing but lovely. And to be fair, I think we should always own our own things. I'd left something off the customs declaration, and they got in touch. They didn't just send it back, they got in touch, and they spoke to me about it, and they let me correct it remotely, which was great. So that was genuinely my fault. Or they wanted something extra that wasn't on there, which was fine. I didn't know it needed to be on there, but they were fine about it. So they are absolutely lovely. I will give them that. The customs there are lovely, except when they charge. We don't like them then. And Marion said, I got to switch to waterproof sunscreen just to watch the mailbox. I do think waterproof sunscreen, or at least water-resistant, sweat-proof sunscreen, not a bad call in summer. I do usually recommend that. For me, I'm okay, because here in the UK, even when it's hot like today, it's never that hot. But yeah, not bad. I see. Let's have a look. Have I... Oh, I've missed loads of comments. I've gone to the bottom here, haven't I? Let's see. Wait there. I think right, there we go. Somehow I managed to miss loads of comments out. I'm really sorry about that. So we're just gonna reverse back. So if I randomly answered your comment before a load of others, it's because I didn't realise what I was doing. Let's see. Where are we? Let's see where we are. Oh, there we are. Oh no, I didn't. No, I was all right. I was good, I think. No, here we are. There we are. Marion says, "Oh, Leo is so pretty." Yeah, I've got a lot of cats, and Marcel's up there, and Leo is somewhere. Dogs down here. They're all been quiet. One thing I'll say is, in the heat, all animals are quiet. You know. Let that, let it, long may it continue. Sweet Tea says, currently being preserved in AC, not venturing out. Not a bad shout, Sweet Tea. VG, great to see you, my love. Thank you for joining. Sandra, great to see you, says, got my delivery. Love the oil. Sandra, Love you too. Thank you so much. And I'm so glad it arrived. We love you. Cole Space, great to see you, my love. Thanks for joining. Jill, great to see you too. Sending lots and lots of love. Jan says, any kind of nice behaviour from customs on National Post makes me very suspicious. And he says, usually Post gets here and then needs the same amount of time it travelled across the world to get here, to get to the house. I can relate. We have Royal Mail here. It's the same. Sweet Tea says, Rob, why are we in long sleeves? Yeah, we're not talking about this, Sweet Tea. Mistakes were made. I'm owning the mistake. And we're moving on. Mistakes were definitely made, though. I think to say beyond hot right now is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, sorry for anyone that I'm making feel really hot and uncomfortable by being so hot and uncomfortable. Amy says fur babies, video bombing. Yeah, we have a lot of animal action in the room today. I've got a lot of cat hair action currently stuck to my face as well. So they're here in every possible way. See, Scott says, yay, show Tom. Prispo says, love that the animals are there today. They are. I don't know where Leo is. I think you guys have all seen him. I'm not sure where he actually is. He'll be somewhere. I'll make sure you see him properly before the end of the day. Helen, great to see you. Katerina, wonderful to have you here, my love. And Christine, great to see you. Sending lots of love to Arizona. Oh, it's going to be over 100 degrees today. That's a lot. That's a lot. I'll stop complaining about our weather, shall I? Let's see. Sweet Tea says, I'm vintage, retro. Yeah, not old. None of us are oldies. We're all vintage, and I'm taking it. Jan says, I wrote a really weird sentence, Bob. Noticed I was running out of the allocated characters, and then I panicked. I've done that so many times. Yeah, I get in full panic mode when I'm writing a comment. I'm like, oh, no, running out. Right, I'm going to take a big sip of this water. I've stuck to water today because my throat is like... cough, not great. So while I take that, if you could minimize the chat, hop over to the like button, give it a gentle caress. And then when you come back over to the main comments, it takes you back to where you are. I know every content creator on the platform says, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. It is like a broken record. But it genuinely really does help because YouTube measures your worth by the number of likes you get. I know, that's not great. But until it changes, we just play the game. So thank you so much. I think I might have just given myself hiccups. Not a good sign. Right, so let's crack on. Let's see. Suzanne says, oh my, you're right. Happy Canada Day, Tom. Yes, Suzanne, you might have travelled halfway across the world to live your best life, but Canadian at heart. So I've got hiccups now. I knew that was coming. It's because Suzanne, you always make me laugh, and then I get hiccups. So we'll just style that out. Let's see. Marion says, that's wonderful news. So proud of you. Thank you. I just hope everyone loves the new packaging design as much as I do. We haven't seen the final version of it yet. I've yet to unveil it to Tom. So literally nobody has seen it yet. But once we get the final version through, which hopefully will be early next week, I'm going to share it with Tom, take his feedback. We're going to finalise the finishing touches. Then we can go into mass production stuff. I mean, it's not going to be seen for some time because we've got to do all the production and all that stuff. But it's very, very excited. And I think it seems like the right time. We're coming up to 3 years since the launch. Is it 3 years since the launch? No. 2 years? 3 years? I need to check that out. Tom, help. I can't remember. But we're coming up to the anniversary, and it kind of feels like a good time to do it. Jan says, that's huge news. Really happy for you, Rob. Thank you, Jan. We love you too. Suzanne says, can't wait to see what the packaging looks like. Mad About Skin 2.0. New patch uploaded, ready to go. Well, and this was the one thing we had. We had a very long discussion about the name and about whether to just stick to it as initials, capital MAS. Done. Possibly 2.0, like that. Or to actually keep the full name. So if we had a very long discussion about that, we weren't really about things that were decided or whatever. You'll see it all when it's all done. But yeah, we did have a very long discussion about that. So just saying most people just refer to it as that anyway. So we did talk about it at length. Marion said, my cats are all outside on their enclosed cat points, loving the heat. Don't get it. No, I don't get it. My cats do love the heat as well. Baffling. Amy says, Rob, we need an extra large bottle of the retinol oil so we can slather it on our bodies. Well, Tom had a very good idea earlier. Tom's suggestion was to incorporate it into a moisturiser for the body. So you got the retinol and the moisturiser. That was Tom's idea from earlier today. Not going to lie. Quite a good idea, just saying. Mally says, hi Rob, I don't think my comment sent us, I don't see it on the chat. Oh, sorry Mally, sending you lots and lots of love. Has Mad About Skin Moisturiser formula changed recently? The new one I opened was thinner and had a different scent. No, not at all. So nothing has changed. I'd tell you guys if anything had changed in terms of the formula. So no, nothing at all has changed. And I opened a new bottle 2 days ago, and it was the same consistency and everything. I don't know. The scent changing isn't. There could be subtle changes to scent because it's all natural. So the scent isn't there as an artificial fragrance. It's there as it's got some botanical components in to add benefit. And those obviously do have slightly changing scents depending on when they were harvested, things like that. So the scent changing, not a huge thing. It can subtly change, you know, from one batch to another just because of the natural ingredients in it. But yeah, no, the consistency exactly the same. Nothing has changed. Feel free to reach out to us on email, and I can definitely look into it. Suzanne says, you're just amazing, putting all that hard work to update your products and skills keep the price where it is at. Thank you, Suzanne. No, I do. I always want it to be affordable, and I do think we're lucky in that the cost of everything's gone up. And so brands are putting up their prices 10, 20%. And you know what? I'm not saying that the price can never go up. You know, things have to be adjusted for, you know, to take account of some increasing costs at times. But we're lucky that as we've grown, we've been able to order larger quantities, which come at lower unit cost, which means that we can pass the saving on by freezing the price. So even though some costs have gone up, some unit costs have come down. So it's kind of, we've been lucky that we've always kind of been able to even it out. And there's not really been much change in the price since the start. You know, there will, obviously with everything going up 3 years, I'm sure it's 3 years. I should know that. Things will kind of, you know, things obviously change over time. But no, the price has never been like, I've never wanted to like maximize the amount of money that can be made from something, because that's not the way that you run a business. I always pride myself on the number of repeat customers we get as a brand. That's the mark of success, and that's the people that are buying it time and time again because they love the products. So I think, you know, cash grabs, they work in the short term. You line your pockets and then no one's buying your product because it's too pricey. Whereas I'd rather have a well-priced product with lower profit margins that people keep buying time and time again. So in the long run, you end up better off. I think that's something that maybe gets missed in business. At least that's my view. MSK, hello, my love. Where have you been? We demand to know where you've been. I responded to one of your comments yesterday. I was like, oh, where have you been? Hopefully you've been amazing and you're doing wonderfully well, my love. And really, 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 really pleased that you could join. Tino, I hope I pronounced that right, says, finally made it to a live. Welcome, my love. I love and watch you religiously, buying all your products this week. Thank you. NYC girl, now unfortunately surviving through the Iowa climate experience, which, yeah, I know things have been, there's been a lot of dramatic weather and the things going on in the US at the moment. And so I'm sending you lots and lots of love, but welcome. It's wonderful to have you. And thank you so much for joining. And Miss K says, ham and tomato sandwich. Now I'm hungry. There was just something good about it. I don't know, the right amount of mayonnaise in there, a little mustard, the whole thing was working. Sweet Tea said, Rob, the Mad About Skin moisturiser have made my elbows so soft, best thing I've used. Well, actually, that's one thing that we are changing. A big change coming that I didn't mention when we're doing the rebrand is we are going to do the lip conditioner in bullet form, which people have asked for. Great. We're actually going to take the same formulation and do it in and rebrand, you know, the tub that is obviously the lip conditioner now. We're actually rebranding as like a rescue balm style product, because I think a lot of people don't realise that you can actually use it on your elbows, you can use it on dry skin, you can use it on your brows. Tom was saying he uses it under the eye for a little light slugging to try and get that benefit. There are so many ways you can use that product, and I think calling it a lip conditioner kind of does it a disservice. So putting basically the same product is in both, you know, both products, but having the bullet that people can throw into their purse and then apply as they go, great. And then the like balm in the tub, which is the same product, so you can absolutely use that if you just want one, but also is designed in a way that kind of encourages people to use it in a multi-flexible way. So that's another thing that's changing, and I think will be good, because that product is one of the ones that I'm most proud of, because it genuinely delivers time and time again. And I think it's the best, honestly, I think it's one of the best lip balms out there. And that's not just me saying it because I created it. I genuinely believe it. And yeah, it's like our lowest seller. I'm like, why? It deserves so much more love. Which is a little bit of a shame. But I think it's just that misunderstanding of how flexible it can be and how we can use it. Let's see. Suzanne says, now I want sandwich. I don't blame you. Emma says, hi, just using water sprays on face where sunscreen is placed to generate the sunscreen. What about spraying perfume on skin? Does the same thing happen? No. I think people get very, like, and rightly so, we should be cautious of our sunscreen, but I think people get a little overcautious when it comes to like sunscreen things. You know, if you apply your sunscreen and you rub it in well and you let it sink in, it's doing its thing. If you spritz a bit of water over the top, it's not having a meaningful impact on that sunscreen. If you're diving into a pool and swimming lengths, yes, that's going to be. But actually, no, most sunscreens, even those that aren't water resistant, will have an element of water resistance. They don't all slip off when you apply water. So I'm same with perfume. So no, you're absolutely fine. I won't worry about that at all. With sunscreen, I always say just make sure you're getting one really good application in the morning. You're doing a thorough job of it and you're following the instructions. Then anything you do beyond that is added benefit and is wonderful. You know, a lot of people say if I'm not reapplying every 2 hours, like they get panicky about it. And I say, we can't stress about stuff like this in life. If you can reapply, that's amazing. If you can't, just focus on the best first start of day application and then kind of work from there. Focus on, you know, what we call, like, what I would say is like, turn it, instead of talking about what we can't do when it comes to skincare, focus on what you can do. You can do a really good sunscreen application on the morning. That's it. That's great. You're doing better than 80% of the world population. You know, if you don't say, I can't reapply, or I forgot, or it's fine. Focus on what you can do. And that's always been my attitude. And the same with if you like to spritz a bit of water, you're fine. You've done a really thorough application in the morning. You should be absolutely fine. But really good question. Sweet Tea said, sorry. Sweet Tea said, I don't want a sandwich. I want a cold beer and some nachos. Oh, feel free to send me some my way, Sweet Tea. Send some my way. Suzanne's like, oh, I just saw Rob has 110k subs. Woo, thank you. Yeah, we crossed that a couple of days ago. And I was like, yes. And actually, because we've had a bit of a flurry of new subscribers in the last day, we're actually, you can't see it because it ticks up in 1,000 increments now. We're only 90 subscribers away from 111,000. So, but yeah, you can't see it. It doesn't go up in hundreds anymore. It goes up in thousands. MSK said, why'd you have to mention nacho? No, taco. Oh, I'm having tacos for tea. Dinner. We call it tea. I'm from the north. But dinner. So Tom says, Robbie, making people hungry with the talk of food. Speaking of ham, I thought you were sworn off at Tom. We're never speaking of ham. That's an in-joke. I can't actually share it, otherwise I'll be demonetized. We're never talking about ham again. No, I did have a ham sandwich. I said to Tom on Thursday, for reasons that again I can't mention. I was like, get him off ham. Never again. No, off ham. Never touching ham again. We're never even mentioning it again. Then Friday, I was like, ooh, ham sandwich. Oh my God, this is the best ham sandwich I've ever had. Such a hypocrite. I know, such a hypocrite. Tano says, quickly aged my skin. Treated self to a set of 3 Virtue RF treatments, so won't start Tret till September. 47, main concern, advanced lines and wrinkles. Actually, yeah, I think that's a good idea. So putting off starting Tret till after your treatments, I think is a really, really good idea. You can, in the meantime, you could introduce some over-the-counter retinoids of a low strength, and I think you would be okay. But I still think just wait till after your treatments for Tret. I think you'll definitely, your skin will thank you for it. I'm pretty sure your skin will thank you for it for sure. Emma, do you have any recommendations for underrated affordable products? Yeah, I was going to say the glycerin rose water from Boots, one of my favorites. I think that's really great. In fact, Boots own brand moisturizers, they do a fragrance free one, they do a vitamin C one, they do a collagen one. They're all great. If you can get to Boots, get them all. They're all really wonderful. So that would be, yeah, they would be my recommendations for underrated, hyper affordable skincare products. MSK, thank you for the congrats on 110k. Thank you. Turno says, I'll be teaching I need most streamlined routine for the fewest number of holy grail actives, combined products that pack a punch alongside Tret. So I think when you start Tret, so again, I'd keep your actives minimum until you have your treatment. And I think after then, I would reach for the bubble. You go to Walmart and you can get it. Get the bubble Daydream serum. It's great. It's got tranexamic acid, it's got ceramides, it's got vitamin C, it's got loads of stuff in there. Just put that on with a really good sunscreen, and honestly, you've got an amazing skincare routine. That's a streamlined, but you're not missing out on anything. With sunscreen, I would recommend you order in from online. US sunscreens aren't good. They're not good. They're quite thick because of the outdated regulations. It's not US brands' fault. It's not the US consumers' fault. It's the FDA's fault. They won't license new generation filters, and the new generation filters work better. They're less irritating on the skin. They feel better. They are just better. So I would say order some sunscreens from Europe, from Australasia, from places where you can get really good UVA protection too. Because a lot of the time the US sunscreens, particularly mineral sunscreens, have a really high UV. It might have a SPF 50 UVB protection, but there's very little UVA protection alongside it, and that's some of the challenges. So I would say get some good sunscreen recommendations and use it alongside the Bubble Daydream serum from Walmart, and you will be good. You will be good to go. Steph says, "Oh, I influenced the influencer." I was influenced and I loved it. Bubble, I'm all on. Tom says, 110k subscribers. I think that's worthy of dancing to Madame by Kylie Minogue. Love that song. I also noticed Pride in London today. Obviously, I'm not going outside here, and it's not my thing at all. But a lot of people are going to London Pride today, and imagine that 99% of the song played will be that one by Kylie Minogue. It is an absolute bop and a banger, so I'm not going to complain. But I imagine that's probably very heavily used, and it'll probably be zooming up the charts as a result. And why not? Why not? It's a great song. I love Kylie Minogue, one of my favourite artists ever. And I love that she's getting a lot of recognition for her new music because she's absolutely amazing. And Marion says, I love my Bubble Daydream serum. Wearing it now. Using my timeless vitamin C and coenzyme Q10. Marion, we love that. We love that. I am so glad it's working for you. So glad it's working for you. I just, I love the fact, Tom, that we were just talking about, it just made me laugh because we're talking about Pride and the big London thing in Pride, and like I say, it's not my thing. I don't go to that sort of thing. Not my thing at all, but I always makes me laugh because I'm like no, that's not for me. My dad, I remember the pictures of my dad policing Pride and getting fully involved one year, and my mum going, and she's like full on yeah, and I'm like, oh my God, no. So they're way cooler than me. Linda said, Dr. Dre said we shouldn't mix Tret with moisturiser because it might affect the formulation and you might get an even application of the active. Would this also apply to your retinol oil? No, I think there's some key differences. So you absolutely can mix Tret with your moisturiser. I do agree with Dr. Dre. I think there are some limiting factors with it, in that when you mix it, you might not get full even dispersal of the product, and so you might end up with hot spots where you get some areas with more than others, and that can cause some sensitivity, particularly in the early stages of using Tret. Probably not a good idea, which is probably when you've been mixing it with your moisturizer. So I agree. You can. It's not gonna wreck your skin or anything. I think you're just going to increase the risk of localized sensitivity. So yeah, I probably wouldn't mix my Tret with moisturizer. When it comes to oil, it's a different thing anyway, because oils do mix well with moisturizers, most moisturizers, and you get a better mix ratio anyway. Also, don't forget retinol isn't Tret. So Tret is much more sensitizing. Retinol is much more forgiving. So yes, with my retinol oil, you put a few drops, you mix some moisturizer in, you mix it in your hand, and then you apply it to the skin. As long as you're very thorough with your mixing, you'll be absolutely fine. If you do get a few localized areas where maybe you've not mixed it in perfectly, you're not going to get a whole lot of sensitivity because it's retinol, it's not Tret. So, you're using it every day as well. So if you don't mix it around, miss a patch one day, it's not the biggest issue. So it's not the same. So the same doesn't apply in terms of increasing sensitivity and side effects. But I will say, if you've got any worries at all, just put the moisturizer on first and then your retinol on top. You can absolutely do that. There's no reason, use it how you feel comfortable using it. But yeah, whilst I probably wouldn't mix tretinoin in with moisturizer because you could really increase sensitivity in certain areas, retinol, especially in oil formulation, should be absolutely fine. Frisbeeberg says the Legoland in Denmark, and I'm convinced that it must be the last one since it's original one, but it's just when my childhood memories tell me. The one in Windsor here. I don't know if I again always thought that was the original one, but I think we all think the one that we went to must be the first and best. But have an amazing time, Frisbeeberg. It looks amazing. In this case, I wanted to love Paulas Choice non-greasy face and body sunscreen so much because there's a great texture, really sweat resistant, but the oxybenzone seems to irritate my skin. Again, yeah, they have to mix to certain regulations, so they're not the most forward in the formulations, but I do think they've done a good job with the texture. At least I think the texture of the Paulas Choice sunscreens are really good. Also, if you're buying Paulas Choice sunscreens, just as a side note, if you're buying Paulas Choice sunscreens, they now have different formulations depending where you buy them. So if you buy a Paulas Choice sunscreen in Australia, you are getting a game-changingly good formulation that has a sky-high amount of UVA protection. If you buy a Paulas Choice sunscreen in America, it's a bit of a bog standard boring formulation. Yeah, so it's actually and they did that because Australia tightened their regulations around UVA protection. So Paulas Choice reformulated to accommodate that. So if you're buying Paulas Choice from Australia, you're getting a really good formulation with their sunscreens. Emma says, favourite Primark skincare products? I love them all. They're all good. They're all like £5 and they're all really good. They do like a pump moisturiser. That's really good. It's really cheap. It's really good. It's actually quite well formulated. So I'd probably go for the moisturiser, to be honest. But they do a caffeine, which is really nice as well. A lot of them are kind of rip-offs of The Ordinary, but cheaper. But still good if you like The Ordinary and you want to walk into a store and buy a slightly cheaper version. Primark's your place. Suzanne says, I recently tried mandelic acid for the first time. It was vitamin B3 toner from Baguette Verde, and there's azelaic acid and niacinamide with zero fragrance. That sounds like a nice product. Suzanne, bear with me. Just get my pen. So what are we calling it? The Bottega Verde toner. I'll have a look at that. Let's have a look. There. I'll have a look at that because that actually sounds really, really nice. That sounds really good. I'm going to check that out. Nita says, can you review the Aquaskin Gold Gel Sunscreen? I reviewed it ages ago. Oh gosh, ages ago. It must have been probably about 3 years ago I reviewed it on the channel. There was some question at the time around the formulation and the level of protection you're getting. They wouldn't release the testing. It was all a bit shady. I don't know what they've done since. So 3 years ago, I wouldn't have recommended it because I think it was dubious as to whether you were getting the protection. Now, I'm assuming they might have reformulated it, done some testing. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. So I will have a look. I will have a look and give everyone an update and let you know. It used to be one of the best sellers, but since all that kind of kicked off, everyone kind of forgot about it. So it dropped off the radar. So I wonder if they've reformulated. I will look into it. Thank you for the reminder. Right, I'm going to take a big sip of my water. If you haven't already, if you can minimize the chat, hop over to the like button, give that a like button a gentle caress. It really does help me as a content creator. And then I'm going to keep on drinking some of this water. Oh, that is so good. That is so good. I'm just going to check the internet connection, make sure that we have a good, strong connection. Yep, seems to be working quite good, which is good. Fingers crossed. Edwin says, thoughts on layering versus effectiveness. I use Snail 96 cream, skin toner, peptide serum, thin moisturizer, and a thicker one to seal it in. Am I wasting products? If it's working for you, keep using it. I think maybe you're using too many of the same product, but if it's giving you the results you want and you like them, keep using them. I mean, we all have to do what works for us. I think ultimately, I think you're using a lot of the same repetitive ingredients in those products. But if your skin's if you're getting the results that you want, that's fine. If I was going to drop one, I probably think you don't need a thin moisturizer or a thick moisturizer. I'd probably ditch the thick moisturizer and just use 2 layers of the thin moisturizer, and you'll probably get a better application and you'll need one product less. That would be my recommendation. In this case, says, on a more positive note, my skin was fine with Cynic Enjoy Super Mild Sun Essence. Oh, the Cynic Enjoy Super Mild Sun Essence. Haven't tried that one. Wasn't as mind-blowingly good as people say it is, but it's great for sensitive skin. I'm going to add that to the list as well, because I have heard people really like... Sorry, I'm just going to write this down. I have heard people say they really like that one, and I've not tried it. So I will add that to the list. Marion says, any suggestions for dry under eyes to seal it in for the day? I just cannot get enough moisturiser to stay in all day. Yeah, put your moisturiser on as you normally would, whatever you use, and then put a thin layer of an occlusive over the top. Don't use Vaseline. It looks greasy and horrible all day long. I hate that look. Go for something with like beeswax in it, which will seal it in. My lip conditioner will do the job. Tom uses it, works a treat. But there are other products out there that do similar things. You don't just have to buy mine. But something like that, that's lightweight, not noticeable on the skin, but it will just seal everything in. That's what I would recommend, and it'll work so, so well. Katerina says, like I say, it doesn't have to just be mine. There are other options on the market. Katerina says, speaking of mosquitoes, their bites always left me ugly dark blue marks for half a year at least. How to treat them? Glutathione. Hands down, best ingredient for treating like bug bite, hyperpigmentation, glutathione. So good. You start using it the second you get the bite, though. I use the non-buzzing vitamin C concentrate. Start using it the second you get that bite and keep using it until it disappears. And I got one and I had the same experience as you. But it probably lasted about 2 weeks and went so good. Zoe says, what steps of my routine do I include on my nose? Worried about clogging my pores. Honestly, Zoe, I would use all of them. Very few things actually clog, very few ingredients clog the pores. It's a bit of a myth. It's normally, people are just susceptible to blackheads, and it's normally fine if you're doing an effective cleanse at the end of the day. You should be fine. So I would say make sure you're doing an effective double cleanse every evening, and that will really help, and really work it into the nose. It's like really massage it in, work it in, and that should really, really help. And I think honestly you can use the rest of your skincare on your nose absolutely fine. Treat it like the rest of the skin on your face. I've got a very blackhead prone nose. I find that doing a really good massage with my cleanse on an evening helps, and whatever I do in terms of ingredients and products doesn't really make a huge amount of difference. Make sure you've got salicylic acid and you've got a retinoid, because those two will make differences in reducing blackheads. But in terms of everything else, you're fine to use it, promise. And take it from me, someone is very heavily poured on the nose. Alien says, why does my Paulas Choice BHA say twice a day? Is that too much? I think it is. Paulas Choice have always said that. I wouldn't use it twice a day, but they've always said that, so clearly they've tested it and you can. I think it's too much. I think you're going to use too much product. I think you're going to get too much sensitivity. I would use it once a day. I still think you'll get great results. I don't think you need it twice a day. Wilhelm says, happy Saturday everyone. Rob, do you consider developing a Mad About Skin hand cream in the future? Happy Saturday, my love. Hope all is amazing with you. Yes, I would actually like to create a specific hand cream in the future. I think you can use any moisturizer. I mean, you can use the Mad About Skin moisturizer as a hand cream, it's fine. But I think something that has a high percentage of urea to just smooth things out, but also has a few ingredients to mattify things down, because you want your hands to be hydrated but matte. You don't want greasy keyboards. So yes, I definitely think there's a space for tweaking the existing Mad About Skin moisturizer formulation to make it more compatible as a hand cream and repackaging it as that. That is something that I would like to do. And yeah, so watch this space. I'm a hand cream convert. I used to think it was a load of garbage, and a lot of them are. But I think a well-formulated hand cream can add quite a bit of value to your skincare routine. So I'm not anti them. Not anti them at all. Scott said, can't see what you think about them, Rob. Can't wait to see what you think about them, Rob. Fear of missing out wins again. The fear of missing out, Scott, is strong with me. So Jan says, to be honest, I can never tell nor care whether my skincare is doing anything apart from SPF. I do it purely for the calming ritual. Do you know what, Jan? There is nothing wrong with that. I would say, if you enjoy something, is it bad? No. Not at all. I honestly think your skincare should be... I know a lot of people got very stressed about their skincare routines and were like piling products on and stressing that they weren't layering it right and stressing that this was wrong. And I said to them, whoa, step back. Breathe. Your skincare routine, it should just be enjoyable. If you're not enjoying it, stop doing it. If you're not enjoying it, stop doing it and just use a sunscreen and then have done with it. Actually, like, get a routine that you enjoy, you know, and I think the best ways of doing that is finding one that matches your price point, because if you're spending more money than you have and then you're stressing about finances, that's not good for your skin. So make sure that your skincare routine matches your budget. Make sure that it matches the time that you have, because there's no point having a 10-step skincare routine when you're a busy mum trying to get your kid to school and you've got 5 minutes on a morning, because you're just stressing and you're not putting the products on properly. Find some ways of minimizing that down to 2 or 3 products. And my third thing is make sure that the products aren't really irritating the skin. They should be enjoyable to apply. So yeah, when people say to me like, why don't you slug? Slugging's amazing. I hate the feeling of Vaseline on my skin. Hate it. That's why I don't do it, because I don't enjoy it. So yeah, actually, Jan, you're a trailblazer. You're leading the way. If your skincare isn't fun, you're not enjoying doing it, then honestly, people need to reconsider, retweak it to make sure that they are. So I agree with you, Jan. Trailblazer. Suzanne says, today I couldn't find my face sunscreen, so I put the Garnier Amber Slayer Sensitive Advanced 50. And you know what? Not bad at all. A little tacky for makeup, but looks okay on the skin. This is it. Most body sunscreens you can use on the face. You just might not get quite that nice application, which, you know, I do get. But yeah, actually, that one isn't bad at all, Suzanne. I really do like that product, actually. Marion says, oh, I have that Avent thermal water. It's a great idea. It's so good. Keep it in the fridge. Keep it in the freezer. So good. Scott says, I always wonder how much the placebo effect impacts effectiveness. So the placebo effect has been studied multiple times, and one of my closest friends is actually a doctor, and we were talking about the placebo effect, and she was saying, actually said to me, it's not, she hates the term placebo effect because she says actually it's not, what it is taking away some of the things which could be subconsciously impacting you. So stress has a huge impact on our skin, and so if you're taking 20 minutes in an evening where you've got some music on, you're doing your skincare routine, you're enjoying it, you're having that moment for you, you know what? The skincare you're using might be doing absolutely nothing, but that 20 minutes of a bit of rest and relaxation is probably having quite a big impact. The same thing about, you know, putting skincare on our skin makes us less likely to touch our face. And so you might be putting really bad skincare on, or really ineffective skincare, but you're touching your face less. And again, that could mean you end up breaking out less. So a lot of the time, the placebo effect is actually something that's doing it rather than just the mind. But also I do think if you can manifest. I believe in manifesting things happen. So yeah, there's definitely something in that, Scott. MSK said I prefer the Apu, I don't know how to pronounce that, Pure Block Aqua Skin Gel due to the price. I import messes up with the price. This is true. That's the problem with the whole import thing. Let's see where we are. Where am I? M says, what's your opinion on the best supplements for the skin, especially skin hydration? So I don't talk about supplements on the channel because I don't really know anything about them, if I'm honest. I take Pycnogenol because I like it as an antioxidant, and I take a collagen supplement because I was kind of testing it out for the channel. I think it kind of worked, so I kept using it. So those are the two that I take. I would say if you're interested in supplements, particularly because I would always recommend people speak to their doctor or a medical professional before starting supplementing, because it can mess with any medication you're on. So I would say speak to someone who's in the know with supplements, with my recommendation, because then they'll be able to help you with like the best outcomes. I can tell you what I use and what I think works, but ultimately that might not be the same for everyone. Hope that makes sense. Kirsty says, hi Rob, I missed when the peptide serum will be coming. It will be coming later this year. Date to be announced. Date to be announced. Let's see. Kirsty, some other things that we are launching with the new packaging. So hopefully we'll be able to tie in the peptide serum there or thereabouts. We're also looking at doing a subscription service. Not everyone wants subscription services, but some people have been asking for it, so things are sent monthly, with a reduction on the shipping cost, which I think is a motivator for a lot of people, as we always like to reward loyalty. So some people say that would be useful, some people just like to order when they need it. It's fine. People have both options, and yeah, hopefully we're going to be launching some physical stores. So there's lots of change down the line in this year, and I cannot wait. Suzanne says, Damien, the 12 days of chunk, the boy who ate Christmas. Look, he's a very well-fed boy, Suzanne. Boy. Sweet Tea says, Rob is the only one who really helped me with my skincare. When it came out, his products made things so much better. Thank you, Sweetie. That makes me very, very happy. Thank you so, so much. Mrs. Shills says, I love that name, says, I love your videos. Always watch to unwind after work. Thank you. And sending you lots and lots of love. And sending lots of love to Las Vegas, because like you say, you're in Las Vegas, which I imagine is very hot right now. Let's see. Marion says, it's not a good day if you don't have cat hair stuck to the sunscreen on the face. This is true. You're not a true cat dad if you don't walk around with cat hair stuck to your face all day long. And Amy says, cat hair is my glitter. I'm wearing it as mine too, Amy. Tom says, I think Rob and Mad About Skin have helped us out more than we can know. Oh, thank you, Tom. Love you. It says Tom, who spends 90% of his life helping me out. Tom, I could do it with you, Rob. As you've just helped me out, say, I think it's 2 years, Rob. 3 years for the YouTube channel. There you go. That's where I got confused. Not incompetence. I just got confused. Miss Shill says, I'm about to buy the Mad About Skin skin collection. I've been waiting to use my July skincare budget for this purchase. I can't wait. Yeah, the collection is still in stock. Even though the sunscreen isn't, I kept back some sunscreen, like 5 sunscreens. So we've got a couple of the for the full collection in stock for people that wanted to buy it. But yeah, so it's still in stock. And I hope you love it. I hope you really, really enjoy it. It's certainly been a labour of love creating the product. And that's another thing that's going to be coming later in the year with the new rebranding, is we're going to do some more targeted collections too. So a lot of people like to buy the full collection, that's great, but we want to do a bit of curated collection for oily skin, for dry skin, for beginners, because I know a lot of people might just buy it that maybe that aren't skincare nerds like us, might just want a beginner's collection or whatever. So we're going to be factoring in bespoke boxes and packaging as well. It's going to look very bougie, and there's going to be a Christmas collection as well. It is going to be bougie central. It's going to be amazing. And by Christmas collection, I mean the products, but in the Christmas gift boxes. It's going to be amazing. Gabriella says, hello, is there a big difference between the V-Green Seeker and the Skin 1004 Centella? There is a slight difference, Gabriella. Skin 1004 is just pure Centella. V-Green is Centella, but also they've isolated some compounds within it and added them back in. So I think if you want calming, soothing fabulousness, I think the Skin 1004 is great. If you want all the hyper focused benefits of Seeker, then the V-Green one is the best. They're both very similar. Probably go V-Green if you're in doubt. If you want me to choose between the two, go V-Green. Let's see. Frisbee says, Tom, your body lotion idea is perfect. It needs to happen, Rob. Tom does have some of the best ideas. Just going to put it out there. It really does. Mr. Shill says, is there a coupon or a discount? So the full collection, it already has a discount applied to it. So yeah, already has a discount applied to it, and it comes with free shipping. So wherever you're buying it from, it'll ship free of charge. There'll be no additional shipping, and it already has 15% discount applied to it. Just to keep it easy for you guys. Susie says, Reb says, going through severe eczema, which I'm now healing from. What can I use to build my skin barrier? Bearing in mind I have sensitive skin. It can be really difficult. So I would say, Reb, who diagnosed your eczema, treated your eczema? Did you go to a professional? Because I always say to people that have a very specific skin concern or issue to go back to the person that you've been speaking to, your prescriber, your medical professional, to get their advice on it, because they know you better. And the last thing I'd want to do is make a recommendation which then set you back. That's not a cop-out. It's not me trying to get out of it. I would genuinely say go back to the person that you've been liaising with in terms of prescribing or working through, be it dermatologist, esthetician, doctor, whoever, and they'll be able to support. Generally speaking, when it comes to repairing barrier function, things like ceramides, rich emollients, wet wraps in the case of eczema can really help. These things can already help, but it's best to have it advised by someone who knows your skin, if that makes sense. Hope that helps, and happy healing. I don't suffer with eczema myself, but I know people that do, and I know how difficult it is. So just happy healing, and I'm so glad that you're on that healing journey, and I'm wishing you the very, very best luck for it. Let's see. Priya, great to see you, my love. Hope all is amazing with you. Amy says, yes, lip conditioner in a bullet. Ka-ching. MSK said, I've been very busy with the university internship and moving in and out of places. Well, hopefully, that sounds very busy, my love, very busy. So hopefully things are a little bit settled now, and you're in a new place, and it's all good. Jan says, Rob forgot to say a body part there. Saying nothing. Jan, nothing at all. Eloise says, 100 uses for the lip balm. That's a video idea. Done. Suzanne said, I used to use that lip conditioner where the sun don't shine. Best experience. Right, too am I. Look, Suzanne, if it brings you relief and brings you joy, I don't care. I'm just glad it works. Marion says, I'm loving the Toriadian lip balm right now. What's in yours? You need to promote it more. I think sometimes, because it is the product that kind of does get a little bit forgotten about. I don't mention it enough, and I know that. We actually have some good, promotional stuff coming up, so watch this space. I think the key ingredients are beeswax, which is really, really important, because that's what provides you occlusive layer without feeling like you're wearing Vaseline. It's much more matte. It feels really good. You've got some antioxidants in there. You've got some really great hydrators and loads of humectants. So there's what I think is good about the Men About Skin lip balm is we've taken out some of the common things which are in all of the lip balms that dry the skin out. So a lot of things that are in chapsticks actually dry the skin out. They give you instant relief. In the long term, cause more dryness, which is why a lot of people feel the more they use a lip balm, the drier their lips get. you won't have that problem with the Mad About Skin Lip Balm. In fact, you'll find if you use it consistently for 2 weeks, you'll probably be using it a whole lot less because you just won't need it, which is good. I think the benefit of the Mad About Skin Lip Balm is you know it's working because you won't really need it, which is good. Mrs. Shield says, when's the Ultimate Collection back in stock? It is back in stock. Let me just double check. I believe it's in stock now. Let me just oh, excuse me, sorry about this. I know it sounds like a sanitarium in here with the coughing. Let me just have a little look for you. But I think it is when I can find the right page. There, sorry, it's back in stock. I don't know what had happened there. It's back in stock. So the Ultimate Collection is back in stock because I've saved a couple of sunscreens to go with it. So absolutely fine. We do have it in stock. So yes, there's only 2 in stock, but it is there. This shows it is there. And I've saved 2. I saved 2 sunscreens back specifically for that. So it is back in stock now. I don't know what happened there. It was in stock a while back, but it is back in stock now. So yeah, it's all good. Eloise says, yeah, I remember that there was like we did the 4 for 3 at the launch, so everyone still has lots. That's the thing with the lip balm; it lasts so long that there is just people have a lot in stock. Let's see. Where we? Oh, I think I've. Let's see. Where we are. Let's see. So Tom says, will you make the complete collection available with the limited amount of sunscreen is back? Yes, it's back in stock now. There's 2 left because I have 2 sunscreens that I've reserved specifically for that in case people want to buy the whole thing. And then that's it. When the sunscreen is back, yes, we'll allocate a certain percentage to the full collection thing. I'll sort it all out. Let's see where we are. Let's see. Amy says, how dare Aaron post during Rob's live? How dare he? How dare he? And Amy, yeah, have a great weekend and happy Independence Day. On the 7th, is it the 7th? Is Independence Day on the 7th? Have I got that right? I've got that wrong. Let's see where you are. See where Marion says, I never look back since I found sunscreens outside the US. They are outstanding and I want to put them on every morning. This is true. I do think you get a better experience with sunscreens from Europe, from Australasia, from Korea. Definitely. Stephanie says, I believe Dr. Dre was addressing people dumping a tube of Tret in a jar of moisturiser. Yeah, don't do that. Nobody do that. No. Tiana says, I definitely agree with the international investment of SPF. For sure. Let's see. Steph says, several derms suggest the hamburger method with Tret and moisturiser for those who have skin. Yeah, that's another great way of incorporating moisturiser and your retinoid at the same time. Put retinoid on, put moisturiser on, put retinoid on, put moisturiser on. Sandwich. Hamburger method is what people are calling it now. I call it the sandwich method. I'm a bit old school, but yes. That's how that works. That's definitely how that works. All right, let me just see where we are. That's fine. Oh, and just for the record, we were just talking for 2 minutes, and the Ultimate Collection is now out of stock. They've been bought, gone, goodbye. So they're gone. So anyone that was going to buy it, they're gone. So that's gone. So the sunscreen is now officially gone. It was like I was hiding in the house. I had like 2 bottles, it's like 2 packs of the sunscreen that I was keeping for this specifically, and a relative came in and went, oh, do you mind if I open this? Don't you dare. It's like contraband, that. Don't you dare. It's worth more than gold, that. No. So, but now I can officially say gone. So anyone that does want the Mad About Skin moisturiser, don't panic. Sunscreen, sorry. Don't panic. It is back hopefully at the end of the coming week, if not the start of the week after. It just depends on when it actually arrives. But yeah, it will be there. Let's see. Stephanie says, FYI, as an American, I don't buy US made SPF. We haven't addressed filters since the 1990s, way too long ago. What I don't understand about the US regulations is they last updated them in the 90s, and I think there's 17 filters that they allow to be used in sunscreens. So 17 filters, nothing that's been created or discovered since the 1990s, you know, all the really good ones. Just these 17. And of these 17, I think about 10 are actually completely can't be used. So a couple of them have been found to be completely insufficient, like they degrade after like a minute or whatever, so don't work. A couple of them you can't actually use in products because they're not stable. So actually of the 17, like the vast majority of them don't even work, and yet they still think they have the right regulations. It's very weird. It is very weird, and it's such a shame for the American public, because the American consumer should be able to walk into Walmart and buy the best sunscreen going. You know what I mean? Like, they should be... America, in a lot of ways, is at the forefront of innovation and design in a lot of industries. And yet, for some reason, sunscreen, like, so sad. It's really annoying. It's really annoying. So let's see. Sweetie says, it's funny, you think they'd lobby hard allowing for new filters. Yeah, lobbyists are a big thing in America, but not in the sunscreen world, apparently. Let's see. Where we are. Oh, where are I in the chat? I've just lost where I am. Let's see. Marion says, do you put skincare products on your nose? Yes, I do. I put all my skincare on my nose. And my nose is pretty oily and acne prone. I don't really have any idea. I don't have any issues. I do always put it on my nose. Out of habit, really. I don't think it's a bad thing to do. The nose needs a little love too. Obviously, we tend to get less wrinkles on our nose than we do on the rest of our face. But still. Let's have a look. Sweet Tea says, my sister and nephew, and I would faint if we could go to the UK. It's definitely on the bucket list. We would love to welcome you, Sweet Tea. You would be welcome here in the UK anytime at all. I am totally biased because obviously UK through and through, but I would say everyone when they come to the UK goes to the south. So they go to London, they go to Stratford-on-Avon where Shakespeare was born, they go to Bath because... you know, lovely places. But I say to people, go to the north. This is where I'm from. Like, Leeds is amazing. And York, Harrogate, beautiful places in the north of the UK that I would totally recommend. So, Sweet Tea, if you come to the UK, just promise me you'll come to the north, and I'll take you to Betty's tea room, and we'll have tea, and I'll show you around all the amazing places in the north, and you'll just think that the UK is the best place in the world ever. Promise. Promise. Miley says, Rob, are you taking collagen each day? Are you seeing any difference? I am. I'm doing the collagen powder thing in my shake. So I have I have like a fruit smoothie kind of thing every day, and I put like the amount in that and mixed in. I think I am. Do you know what I think I might be? I'm going to say I think there is a difference. I don't know that there's a huge amount of difference, but I think it's there. Yeah, I think it's there. So would I rush out and buy it tomorrow like you have to have it? No. But I think if it's at the margins, I think it is having a difference. Yeah. A Lady Man Lover, love that name. So I work from home and don't venture out much. Do I need to worry about sun exposure through windows? I love the beauty of Joe's and SPF, but I always forget to wear it. People say you do have to. I don't stress about it. Honestly, I don't think it's that big a deal. If you sat at a window with the sun literally in your face, yes, probably would wear sunscreen. If you sat around and there's not a window right there, I wouldn't stress too much. I think people worry too much about things. I probably wouldn't. You know, if you can find, I think the secret to success with sunscreen is you find one that's like a moisturizer, and then just use it as instead of your moisturizer. And then you've put a layer on in the morning. You can just go about your day and not think about it again. That's what I do. And then I don't have to stress. When I'm in the house, I put one layer on because I used it as a moisturiser, and then I go about my day. Scott says, that makes a lot of sense, Rob. Stress relief through skincare can have a big impact. It really can. It's like a huge... It's like a huge thing. Let's see. Tom says the collection is currently out of stock, Rob. I don't know how. I don't know how I managed that. I don't know how I managed that. Because I was definitely keeping... I've been looking at these two sunscreens that I was keeping back for that thing, and thinking, I wish they'd sell, and then they could just get off my desk. Because I want to package them up so someone can enjoy them. And I don't know how. And then, of course, they didn't sell because they weren't in stock. So, corrected that, and now they are officially out of stock. So, we're done with that. I'll pack that up as soon as I'm off the live, and we're good. And Norris says, can you use vitamin C in Deed Labs after chemical exfoliating toner serum? Yeah, you can. I would use it after your exfoliating exfoliating toner because vitamin C likes a low pH environment. So you're creating that with the toner, then following it with the vitamin C. Great option. Mally says, surprise lip conditioner is the lowest seller. I love it and use it every day. Have lots of spares around the house and in my bags. Can't wait for the bullet. I think it's just because it lasts so long. You know, you don't need to buy one every month, do you? Because it lasts for like years. I think that's probably the case. I'm very proud of it. And, you know, all the products sell really well. So I'm very blessed in that respect. It is the lowest of the sellers. But I think it's one that I'm most proud of. So maybe it needs some more love. Marion said, is the ordinary lactic acid like 1 week treatment or every day? For me, a couple of times a week, more than enough. You can use it every day. I would probably stick to twice a week. I think that's more than enough. Rev says, thank you so much, lovey. No, thank you, my love, and sending you lots and lots of love and best wishes. Where am I in this chat now? I feel like I'm getting to the end of the chat, but somehow I keep losing my way. So let's see. Sweetie says, Tom says, it's the 4th of July. I don't know why I said the 7th earlier. Yeah, Tom, you're confusing me. 4th of July. Yeah, of course it's the 4th of July. I should have known that. Michelle says, yoo-hoo, I got the Ultimate Collection. Oh, thankfully. I'm glad one of the 2 that just sold went to you. Yes. Reve said, just saying hi, the final stretch of my thesis. Hope you're doing well. Reve, good luck. You've got this. You're going to nail it. You're going to knock it out of the park. It's going to be amazing. So let's have a look. Amy says, Kitty Boo, yeah, should we do some cat action in a minute? We'll do some cat action. Right, bear with. Suzanne says, Damien just gave the loudest fluff. It blew us away. He's enjoying the live stream, Suzanne. You know, that's how it takes some people. And MSK said, just realised we don't have an SPF emoji. We need one. Oh, we do. I could do that. I could sort that out. Right. Before I end today's live stream, because I've got to the end of the comments. Yay. It's like, oh my God, Tom's found an SPF. Tom, where did you get that from? That's quite amazing. I need that emoji. Anyway, now we've got to the end of the live stream. I'm going to do some cat and dog action as everyone wants to see them before we finish, so don't worry. So if you haven't already, if you'd like to see a little cat and dog action, then minimize the chat, hop over to that like button, give the like button a caress, and that will really, really help. I've got to the end of the comments, which I'm very, very happy about. But we'll do some dog and cat hellos. Bear with, I'll just go round up the troops. Leo, are you going to come and say hi, Leo? Are you going to come and say hi? Yeah? Oh, little man. Oh, yeah? We're going to come and say hi to everybody? Yeah? Oh, yeah. Oh, Right, so this is little Leo, who is a Singaporer. He is the national cat of Singapore, and he is so lovely. He is the most loveliest cat. Loveliest? That's not a word. Cat in the whole world. He does like literally about 2 people and hates everyone else. But if you're liked by Leo, he literally adores you and he's your best mate. And Marcel's now just nicked Leo. Did you see that? Marcel's just stolen Leo's spot on the chair. Marcel is a jerk. Marcel is an actual jerk. Leo, are you going to say hello to everyone? Yeah? Are you going to say hi? No, you're going to crawl on my shoulder. Great. Okay, let's put you away and we'll do the others. Go on then, Leo. Oh, that's a good boy. Good boy. Right. And then Marcel. Oh. Yes. Let's say hello to everyone. Yep. And this is Marcel. So Marcel is grump extraordinaire, aren't you? Yeah. He has he won't let you cut. You're caught, Marcel. There you go, say hi. Yeah, Marcel is a big grump, aren't you? Yeah. He likes his own way, and that's it. But he's very cute. But he does have a very grumpy face. And then, come on, Lonnie. Come on. Lonnie, come on. This dog, who never leaves my side ever. It's like living with a shadow, isn't it? Living with a shadow. Yes. I knew where you'd be. You're going to say hi to everyone. You're not grumpy, are you? No, you're very happy. Yes, you are very happy. And we are. This is Lorne, who's the dog, who's the pupster. Yes, it's supposed to be a miniature dachshund, but I think we got sold a standard dachshund, which is fine. We love you as you are, don't we? But you're not miniature. You were asleep, weren't you? No, you just look really tired. Yeah, I think the heat's got to them. They're all very calm and soppy today. But yeah, this is Lonnie, and yeah, you are the star of the show, aren't you? Yes. Usually he's outside of the room and sat by the door whining to come in. Today you've just sat being quiet, haven't you? Yes. Oh, what's that? Oh, you've seen half a biscuit you want to eat. Yes. 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 Okay, I'll lay down. There you go. So there we are. We've had the four. Everyone that's in this room. The fly hasn't been flying around, so I assume one of the animals dealt with the fly during the live stream. Thrilled. Anyway, so on that note, I hope you all have an absolutely amazing and wonderful Saturday. Take care of yourselves. Let me know what you're up to this weekend, and thank you for spending your Saturday with me. Yeah, I love you all so much. Sending you so much love and the world's biggest hug. Love you guys.